Okay, in essence, Sigmund Freud believed that every dream is a wish fulfillment. Could that be?
Because if fishes were like wishes, we'd all be whales.
If fishes were like wishes. All right?
Yeah, I do think
Whales
some
don't eat
people,
fish.
if they're involved in enough things, will start dreaming about it.
Okay. I have AutoCAD dreams. When I'm surveying, I'm
That's
telling
so
you what,
scary.
I have AutoCAD dreams like constantly.
Oh, what were those?
Like I dream, I'm building things in my mind with
AutoCAD
CAD.
is
Yeah,
a program that engineers use.
yeah. And it's a long. These are long. These are protracted dreams. These are long dreams. You know, they're involved. Hey, dude.
Because the amount of time that
You're
that
weird,
actually
dude.
goes on during dreaming, so much can happen in such little time.
Mhm.
I mean, you could have a dream about a whole year and experience all that in a dream state. So I could see you building like the Taj Mahal
Yeah.
in AutoCAD and be like, yes! And you wake up and go, oh.
You know what else I dream about a lot? I dream that I'm having a spaceship battle, and I have my own spaceship.
That's awesome.
So
Get the book
Fire on
out.
the apple line.
I'm thinking that might have more to do with the Star Wars thing than I don't know, or Star Trek, which I like both of.
You're watching too much Star Trek.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Is it your space ghost ship?
Yes, the Phantom Cruiser. Yeah. I actually do have a Phantom Cruiser sometimes when I'm dreaming.
That's so
He always
funny.
listens to like elevator music while he's cruising along. It's just light jazz. Well. All right, so like Freud's theories, he linked dreams to what?
Sex.
If you know anything about Freud, I'm not using a dirty word here. He was so obsessed with it.
Yeah.
He thought that one of the basic purposes of dreams was to allow us to satisfy fantasies and urges that society would judge unacceptable.
That's stupid.
Well,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
society won't let me fly around in a Phantom Cruiser listening to elevator music. Oh, wait. Never mind. I
If
don't
you're
know,
on a
man.
Trekkie show, they will.
Yeah, listen. Now, if you go to a college, which, hello, they will tell you that Freud was a genius. Freudian
No, they
psychology.
won't.
He was a smart guy, right?
No, they got rid of Freud.
Have they really?
Yeah.
How long ago?
It's been something that's been happening past 10 years.
All right, well, good. They're smart too.
They're getting rid of him.
They
They're
maybe
like,
they.
yeah, all this stuff is crap that he came up with.
Yeah, it is.
It
You
was
know where it
smart
came
back
from, right?
then.
It came from his own mind.
He didn't really test anything. He didn't.
That's
do
right.
any
That's right. It
science.
wasn't empirical knowledge.
It was smart then,
Hold on, Jennifer.
but not now.
All right.
No, it was dumb then.
Well,
Dumb.
remember, he was an innovator then. And even if they are finally getting rid of Freud, they wrote 1,000 textbooks about him. I mean, there was much forwarded in the field of psychology that was Freudian based. Tons of it.
He will always be a stain on.
He will always be the same. That's right. Jennifer, what?
Oh.
The reason is because the devil can work through you. So I just got done with teaching where Freud was a big part of the foundation of learning about children and the foundation of how to teach your child. So it's just the devil going in other ways.
Yes.
He was a big thing that we had to learn when I'm doing the teacher stuff. So
What the
he's not-
heck?
And I'm not like having an advanced degree, but I read a book where Freud was like constant. That's where I got my opinion. I mean, I haven't been in school for a long time, but I did read a book where it was.
I don't have an advanced degree in psychology either.
It's amazing how
It's
Satan
interesting.
uses one person and twists them or uses
Oh,
their
yeah.
sinful desires and affects the whole world.
That's actually an interesting point. Can you think of anyone else? Darwin, that they came up with?
Darwin.
All right. So here's dreams. Now I got on the internet and I did a little research. I wanted to know what I dream and what it means. So this says, learn how to easy dream interpretation is with our step-by-step tutorial. Woo! Whoa! Well, apparently somebody has figured this stuff out, right? So this is all you really need to know. I can give you the internet address if you are crazy and
No thanks.
okay. So this fella here, his name's Craig, and what Craig can do is he can interpret any of your dreams here just by alphabetically. Really. He apparently is a guru, and he will interpret the meaning of your dreams. Craig.
That's deep and scary.
I'm just saying. I mean, there must be something to it, right? I mean, Craig apparently knows something we don't know. I don't know where he got it, but Craig.
Craig.
Yeah, check it out. So, he knows your mind, right? Craig knows blows your mind.
That's creepy.
Alphabetically, just by clicking on one of those many topics.
Yeah, it's got a creepy picture too.
Totally.
Like, hello, I'm
It
Chris.
blows your mind. All right. So, let's draw some conclusions. Jeremiah 23:25-27 says, I have heard what the prophets have said, who prophesy falsely in my name, saying, I had a dream. I'm getting a word, brother. No, you're not. I had a dream. I had a dream. How long? Is there anything in the hearts of the prophets who prophesy falsehood? Even these prophets of the deception of their own heart, who intend to make my people forget my name by their dreams, which they relate to one another, just as their fathers forgot my name because of Baal.
Interesting connection here of how some people use this and say, I had a dream, and say, and falsely say things in the name of the Lord. And then there are others who are following God, actually do things that really impact things for His kingdom. And I would say, you could probably draw a similarity between this verse and Martin Luther King and his I Have a Dream speech. That's just so cool, the similarities there, and just how God may have specifically used him to help impact our nation.
Well, one, I think there's a difference. I have a dream. In other words, he had a calling, right? He had a call. He had a vision. I have a vision. I'm supposed to do this thing. I believe that could be from God. Sure I do. You bet I do. Martin Luther, I believe he was called. Okay? He had a vision. You mean Martin Luther King Jr., right?
Yes.
Sorry. Both of them were called, though.
Mike, you
So-
also have to look at the verbiage. He said, I have a dream.
Yeah.
They're saying, I had a
Yeah.
dream. Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The other thing is saying, I am getting a word. I had a dream, and we're supposed to do something, right?
I went to bed last night.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, how many times of these Word of Faith guys, they're getting a word, they're getting a vision, they're getting a dream, and they're always wrong, and nobody stones them to death. Why?
Yeah, why?
Because we're under grace. Because we're under grace. That's why we're under grace.
Where's my
Let's
good
get on
rock?
this, Mike.
All right, listen now. In the Old Testament, God did give dreams. Okay, He did give dreams.
Yeah, he did.
For instance, Joseph interpreted Pharaoh's dream. Remember Joseph?
Yeah.
Technicolor dream coat. Joseph. And the New Testament, he warned of the danger of Herod killing the baby boys, right? Who got a dream? Now Joseph woke up one morning. I had a dream last night. We got to go to Egypt. You know what they did?
They went to Egypt.
They went to Egypt. That's right, man. So it must have been some kind of dream. But then we received the Holy Spirit, and that changed things. Okay? We have the revelation of Scripture through Jesus Christ. So any dream we have something to compare it against. We can test the spirits, right? If you have a dream that says you're supposed to do something,
It doesn't match up.
well, if it doesn't match up with the Bible, no, you're not. Because God's not going to give you a conflicting vision, right? But in the Old Testament times, they didn't have the same revelation we have. You know what I mean? So He did use it. And there's a bunch of examples too. I didn't list them all though. If you think that you have a dream that delivers revelation through scriptural
Can't
inspiration,
wait till this answer.
just test the spirits. Test the spirits. That's all. Because it might be something you ain't. It's not inspiration. Maybe it's indigestion. Hope I didn't let you down. All right.
Oh.
I'm getting a word, brother. All right. So how often do you dream?
Most
A little
nights.
piece of steak.
Who dreams?
I dream.
You ever get like a serial dream where you dream the same thing every night for like months?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Is it comforting?
No.
Really? Oh, so yours are like serial nightmares.
Not
Right?
that. Well, I was like 7. Come
Oh.
on.
You
I had a dream
you
the
still
other night.
remember
It
that?
gave me my
Remember it
headache.
for the rest of my life.
Wow. All right.
That's never happened to me.
Reba, me at
This
20.
never happened? Every night?
I used to have one that I had like over and over, but not like
That was a real
consistently.
Yeah, that's happened to me too.
You had it over and over, but not
I've had this-
consistently?
Like it didn't happen all in 1 week. Like I had it 1 year and then another year and then another year and then it never came back.
I have certain dreams that help me fall asleep. Because when I'm doing yoga and I'm laying there, I climb into the Phantom Cruiser, and next thing you know, I'm dreaming. You know what I mean?
So you do yoga?
I just relax my body. Like, relax my big toe, Relax. Not like yoga.
I don't like yoga.
Stretch myself.
I did yoga once. I didn't touch my feet a lot.
Thank you for calling me out.
Vertebrae.
Hold me accountable. All right.
In this voice, right?
So I just asked that.
I felt really stretched.
So why do some people have vivid and life-altering dreams, while some people barely seem to dream at all? Why is that? There has to be a reason.
Maybe one person thinks like a different way than the other person. Like their brains just work
What
differently.
does God do?
So brain chemistry? I think that's a pretty compelling answer. I think you might be able to talk me into that. Anyone have other answers? How come sometimes Eric goes to bed and he gets so scared he wakes up, had an accident in bed? And the next guy,
Come on, man.
I could have personalized it. How come I sometimes have accidents?
Oh, man.
Don't go there.
Stop it.
I'm just saying. Sometimes you have terrifying dreams. Has anyone ever had a dream so terrifying it woke them up? And they
Yeah.
like,
I did.
yeah.
Or those dreams when you're falling.
Own this. If you've had a dream so scary that you've woken up and you couldn't go back to sleep.
Those dreams when you're
Yeah,
falling.
yeah.
When you feel like you're falling.
I love those.
I
Those
hate
are
those.
fun.
Now listen, Craig gives an interpretation to that. That was one of the things I looked up.
What did he say it
What is
means?
it?
I'll just look up Craig
Talk about
myself.
it.
I know, right?
I'll just call Craig after church.
Alright. So in chapter 2 we come to a dream that's so disturbing that he put the lives of many people in danger and elevated a man to prominence and revealed the future of the whole world, right? Who did he put in danger? Anyone remember?
All magicians.
All the wise men, yeah.
Oh yeah, he said that if you couldn't interpret their dream, they'd die. He'd
That's
kill
right.
them and
That's
everything.
And who got elevated to prominence?
Huh?
Daniel, the guy that could interpret the dream. That's right. So the king made a command to his magicians and astrologers: reveal the meaning of the dream and the content or die. That's a pretty hard charge, right? If I call you in, remember what the king can turn you into a eunuch if he so chooses, right?
Oh.
The guy has all the power. And he comes in and he says, all right, you guys, you claim to know all this, you Chaldeans, you're supposed to be the wisest people on earth. So tell me what I dreamed, and then tell me what it means. Yes?
Can I just, I know I'm kind of a tangent, but I just need to know for other curriculum. Do you believe that he knew what the dream was? Or do you think he forgot and wanted somebody to remind him what the dream is?
If you wait just a little while, I will tell you.
Okay.
Okay. That's a good question. I thought that over. It was one of the things I
Especially
really
when the
thought over.
curriculum said the other way. Well, maybe it was me. I want to know
No,
if it's me.
this is my curriculum.
Okay.
I made this up.
I made this up.
Well, I read it. Hey, Jess.
Jesse.
Remember, tell me when you have 2 minutes left, okay?
You got 15.
So, of course, that's Nebuchadnezzar. Daniel 2, 1-3 says, someone, please, read.
Now in the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar had dreams, and his spirit was troubled, and his sleep left him. Then the king gave orders to call the magicians, the conjurers, the sorcerers, and the Chaldeans, to tell the king his dreams. So they came in and stood before the king, and the king said to them, I had a dream, and my spirit is anxious to understand the dream.
Daniel 2, 4, 6. Want to keep going?
I can't read from
Then the Chaldeans spoke to the king in Aramaic. O king, live forever. Tell the dream to your servants, and we will declare the interpretation. The king replied to the Chaldeans, the command from me is firm. If you do not make known to me the dream and its interpretation, you will be torn limb from limb, and your houses will be made into a rubbish heap. But if you declare the dream and its interpretation, you will receive from me gifts and a reward and great honor. Therefore, declare to me the dream and its interpretation.
Okay, so not only are you going to die a painful death, we're going to go over there where your family is, we're going to burn down your house, and everybody's going to know you're a fraud. You are toast. Not only am I going to kill you, I'm going to kill everything you have. I'm going to erase you.
So Daniel spared the lives of all those wise men
Yeah.
through what he did.
So did he tell them the dream or not?
Well,
Because they asked
no.
for him to tell
I would have been
him.
like,
Now listen, this is what the king says. I'll say it in American. Tell me what I dreamed, or else you're dead, and I'm going to kill your family too.
And interpret it for me.
So he was asking them to tell him what he had
Yeah,
said?
tell me what I dreamed.
Tell me what was in my head
So
last
I'm
night.
That's really difficult.
I'm writing a number on the back of this card.
Tell me what it is, or I'm going to burn down your house and kill you. Pretty hard challenge, right?
Yeah.
read my mind.
Okay. So Imagine, that's him. He's mad.
Oh.
You tell me. I'm freaked out, man. And you tell me what I dreamed. Tell me what I dreamed. Nebuchadnezzar was this great Babylonian king. He was the first world leader to conquer the entire civilized world, including what we would call today Italy, all the way around to Egypt. He built the city of Babylon, which is today 40 miles from Baghdad in Iraq. Now what does it mean when he says to conquer the whole civilized world? Because there was people all over.
Like, civilized.
He just messed with all the people that were
That's
being
right,
quiet.
that's right. At this time, unlike what they might tell you at some college, men hadn't been around that long. Okay, they were fairly localized. And civilization was just growing up. Mesopotamia is called the cradle of civilization because that's where the civilizations grew out of. Okay, at this time in the world, it's not like anyone else had cities and stuff. They were like, you know, going around trying to figure out a way to kill an ox or something. They were not very sophisticated, okay? They were just getting going. If you're ever addressing the king who has the power to have you killed, you might want to say something like, "O king, live forever." Okay, that's how come it starts that way. If ever a king can turn you into a eunuch, "O king, live forever." Okay, you got that?
Yeah.
Okay, first lesson, I just thought so. Notice King Nebuchadnezzar says, "Make the dream known to me, not just interpret the dream." So we're kind of beating a dead horse here. You tell me huge rewards. If you don't tell me, you'll be killed and your houses will be burned down. Now the sorcerers, this is real, and they've discovered this is archaeological fact that they had all these scrolls with all these dream interpretations on it, right?
Craig.
Yeah. Yeah. No. This is how they did it. They would document their dreams. So they were empirical about it. They were pragmatic about it. They'd be like, "Well, last night I dreamed about a cornfield," so they'd write that down. Then they would wait to see what would happen to them. Then they met a girl and he married her. "Oh, if you dream about cornfields, it must mean you're going to get married to a girl. And let's see if I'm happy or sad. Oh, then I dreamed about a rose bush. So that must be," you know what I'm saying? They were empirical. They recorded their dreams, and then they analyzed their life to see what would happen. Okay, and there's tons of these scrolls. There's a lot of these scrolls. This is just truth. It's Chaldeans, man. So they say what
Anyone might say.
anyone might say. Here's them, of course. The
Aw.
wise men. Actually, those are the three wise men. That was the best picture I could find.
Yeah, they're holding gifts.
Oh yes, that's for the Italian dudes with guns.
So they answered a second time and said, "Let the king tell the dream to his servants, and we will declare the interpretation." The king replied, "I know for certain that you are bargaining for time, inasmuch as you have seen the command from me is firm, that if you do not make the dream known to me, there is only one decree for you. For you have agreed together to speak lying and corrupt words before me until the situation is changed. Therefore, tell me the dream, that I may know you can declare to me its interpretation." The Chaldeans answered the king and said, "There is not a man on earth who could declare the matter for the king, inasmuch as no great king or ruler has ever asked anything like this of any magician, conjurer, or Chaldean. Moreover, the thing which the king demands is difficult, and there is no one else who could declare it to the king except God's, whose dwelling place is with mortal flesh."
No.
He knew, okay? The king knew. The king knew his dream. "I have forgotten it. Tell me what I dreamed." He didn't believe in him. He's a skeptic. He thinks they're full of it. He says the command is firm. You are bargaining for time. You tell me what I dreamed. Oh, you're dead. You're dead. Not only did Nebuchadnezzar, in my opinion, know what he dreamed, or at least he had a good idea of it, he wanted to know. He wanted to know the truth. Okay, I think you can judge by the context. What did he do? Okay, this doesn't lead there. And I'm going to finish that thought in a
Okay, I
minute.
just wanted to make sure you
Yeah,
got to the same.
he definitely, I think he knew, for sure. I think he knew. According to a Pew Research study from June 28th, 2012, which was my birthday, if you guys want to get out a pen or something, right? No.
Oh, it's coming up.
Okay, 15% of Americans admit to seeking advice from a psychic. Now, don't be ashamed. If you've sought advice from a psychic, raise your hand.
Before I was Christian.
There you go.
I'm
So,
kidding.
15%. 15%.
No question.
My stepmom's a psychic. Oh, yeah, she's right.
Does the little 8-ball count as a psychic?
Nope, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't
No, or I would have to raise my hand too.
I know.
Somebody said that I have like
All
4
right.
children because they looked at my hand once.
Nope.
Actually, I didn't have one, but I thought it actually creeped me out because I saw it on Toy Story, and I saw it when I did it once, and then it freaked me out for all life because it did exactly what it did in Toy Story. It was
Right.
the little thing moving around. It was like creepy.
Okay.
So,
But you didn't put any too much weight in it. It sounds like you put a little faith in it, man.
well, I wanted to see what it would do because I saw it in Toy Story.
50?
Wow. You know, one time I had a seance just to see what would happen.
Well, you know, I was like 8 or 10, so.
Don't let me, please, let me take the beam out of my own eye. Let me. Alright, so these guys.
2 out of 3.
Alright, so the Chaldeans, which I thought was Chaldeans, because it says CH.
Chaldeans.
I'll believe you. The Chaldeans were like a cross between a politician and a psychic, right? A politician pretends to know the answers and have special hidden knowledge. Oh, wait.
That is a high five.
I'm glad somebody got my joke. That's-
A politician pretends to know
Okay, these
the
guys tell
answers
the
and have
king,
special hidden
there is no
knowledge.
one else who declare it except God's, whose dwelling place is not with mortal flesh. They lay it down, man. They say, look, nobody knows this answer. Nobody. Nobody can know this answer.
Nobody ever.
It's impossible. You're asking us an impossible thing. As far as their own gods, this was true, because what were their own gods?
Would
Stones.
Wood,
and stuff.
stone, statues.
Things that they made.
Yeah, stuff that they made with their own hands.
Panda.
So the Chaldeans were like a lawyer, plus an astrologer, plus a fortune teller. That's kind of who they were. They were mystic. But at the time, they didn't live in a secular progressive society, so that was pretty much, they were the man. If you were a Chaldean, you were like, that's right, I'm a Chaldean.
And they were also very powerful.
Yes, they were.
They were
Just
very
like a lawyer and a
powerful.
politician. Yes, they were. They were very powerful. They were the man. They were like the top dog. Okay?
They ended up getting destroyed.
And actually, the reason why is because they were from the same place that Nebuchadnezzar's father was from. Nebuchadnezzar. But so, like Craig, they had this dream recording system. You know, and in that culture, in that time, that was big knowledge, man. If you could tell somebody what their dreams meant, you were lording power over that person, right? It's like going to a fortune teller and they shake up that cards or they have like
Tarot cards.
the other thing they read, some kind of runes. Runes.
Bones.
Let me roll the
Rune
bones.
stones. Rune stones. yeah.
Now, if you believe that what somebody's saying to you is true, you're probably not very modern. I was going to say something else, but come on. They don't know. Those cards, they don't know. Okay? There is demons, that's real. There is a spiritual life and blah, blah, blah. But that's not worth putting your faith in. So how would you determine the meaning of certain symbols in your dreams? The Chaldeans were, I just told you that. Their dream manuals have been found in archaeological studies. These things actually exist today.
That's cool.
But what they didn't have was, what didn't they have?
Mr. Whiskers!
They didn't have them.
I have to run next door because I'm leaving, and so I have to go meet up with some people before we head out.
Go with me.
So,
Bye.
I love you guys.
Bye.
I'm leaving sometime soon, but I'm leaving today for the summer.
Oh, God
so
bless
I hate to
you.
run out on you because that's really fun.
Mr. Whiskers.
All right, I'll see all you guys soon. All
All
right.
right.
Bye.
So if they would have had Mr. Whiskers, they might have been okay. But as it was, they didn't.
Where is he from?
I don't know why I got that. I just thought it was cute. What's that?
Where's Mr. Whiskers now?
Yes, I think he's passed into history. He's now gone. Because that was from like the 50s or something. So Nebuchadnezzar was calling them out. And this is why I think, this is how I'll substantiate my opinion. He wanted the truth. He wanted the truth. That's why he was calling them to such a high standard. Look, I want to know. He was completely unmanned by it. He was freaked out. That's why he was willing to kill them and burn all their houses down. These were prominent men. It's not like he was just killing the garbage collectors or something, or some lower caste. He was like the highest, most shiniest, most powerful class. You either tell me or I'm gonna kill you. Okay, he wanted to know the truth. Now, how do I know that? How do I substantiate that? Because, man, I'm just gonna say it. Daniel came to him and asked the same thing. He came to him. He said, you Chaldeans, you tell me. And they're like, just give us some time. He's like, no, that's double speak. I'm not giving you any time because you just come back with some cooked up lie. You tell me, and you tell me right now. And when Daniel comes to him, he says, King, I just need some time. He's like, okay,
What?
all right. Because at that point, he thought Daniel might actually know. So when he thought Daniel might actually know, he gave him time. It's not that he was being unreasonable in that he just wanted to kill these guys. He was being serious. He wanted to know. And he didn't want to be lied to, and he didn't want to be pacified. He wanted to know the truth. And I think that if you're somebody that wants to know the truth, and you get a reasonable request for time because you think you might actually get the answer, you'll allow it. I think if you're just like a nut, like a crazy Adolf Hitler nut king, then you'll just go ahead and kill all the people and not do that, you know? So the Babylonians were polytheistic. Their gods were demons. Now, you know that when you are like a lost person and you're looking for spiritual experiences, you can find them, right? You can find spiritual experiences. Like, you can find valid paranormal experience if that's what you seek. If you're willing to go have seances and whatnot, you can have a spiritual experience. The problem is, the spirit which you interact with is a demon. It's a demon. That's what the Bible says. They're demons. There was people who called on demons in the Old Testament. There was people that called on demons in the book of Acts. It happened. You can have a spiritual experience outside God. They exist right here, right now. It's verified throughout the Bible. Okay? So, they had demonic influence. You know? If you carve up a statue and you call it Baal, a demon is going to come act as Baal. It will manifest certain things for you. Right? Demons want to be worshipped too. Why did Satan rebel? What did he want? Worship. That's right. So Daniel 2:12-13 says, because of this, the king became indignant and very furious and gave orders to destroy all the wise men, I just got ahead of myself, of Babylon. So the decree went forth that the wise men should be slain, and they looked for Daniel and his friends to kill them.